right, 4:30 Friday afternoon, Weather Impact Live. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins.
And I'm 10 Tampa Bay Meteorologist Colleen Campbell.
And welcome to, well, the weekend's just about, I mean, it's close enough, right?
I'm a little high.
Well, let's not mention that on
Yeah,
air.
I know. Yeah, that's that kind of high.
Need to focus and think straight.
Sitting high, yeah.
Well, we had, James and I did the one at 11:30.
Oh, yeah.
And so James, if you don't know, James Hopkins is
a
extremely
monster.
tall.
Yeah.
6'4".
Yeah, he's
He's
tall.
6'4", so it's kind of one of these things when I'm sitting next to him.
Yeah.
We've got a good weekend coming up. We have what, you know what? It's I don't want to say it's typical Florida weather because on average we should be about 71 this time of the year, but it's kind of typical in the fact that you're going to get the chance. If you didn't get it today, you could get sunburn tomorrow, and not necessarily frostbite, but wind chills in the 30s and 40s by Monday morning.
Yeah, hopefully you have different layers. You know, you have your sweater and you have your shorts because if you're visiting.
Gonna need both of them.
Yeah.
Yep. So the warm stuff's right now, of course. We're watching the numbers come in here later this afternoon. We're very close to some record high temperatures out there today. You can see the forecast for the next 10 days. This is the high temperature forecast. 82 tomorrow. We were forecasting 83 today, 82 tomorrow. So ballpark, okay? And then Sunday, we'll be warming Sunday morning. But by the time we get up to around 73, 74 degrees, that's around lunchtime, we'd say, around 12, 1 o'clock. And that's when the front's coming through, and then the numbers will just start to go down. We're going to have cooler, drier air and a good breeze on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I was going to say with that breeze, you may have a little bit of a wind chill, not anything too crazy. I don't think we're going to have a weather impact alert, but
I mean, Sunday evening, Sunday night will be chilly, but it's Monday morning where it's going to feel more like the 30s and 40s when you get started with the wind chill, and temperatures won't be quite that low. But then look at next week. I mean, we get one shot that comes in Sunday night and Monday, and you can see we go barely 70 for a high on Monday, if that. Most areas in the 60s. And then a couple low 70s around on Tuesday, and then another shot on Wednesday.
yeah.
And that one brings even cooler air. And then the one behind that, that one looks even cooler. Those are highs, 62 on Friday, 62 on Monday. Now, these numbers here are model driven, so we haven't actually forecasted that low yet. And it's the GFS, which kind of can overdo things. But the bottom line is, the pattern is shifting, folks, and we are going to get cooler as we get into next week, but not before that.
Nice little ripple out there right now.
Yeah, not much of a swell, but I see what you're talking about there, yeah.
Yeah.
There is,
Different
look at
from
that.
yesterday. Yesterday it was like no movement at all.
A couple little waves coming in there.
Yeah.
Not a lot. It's 82 degrees in Tampa right now. Wow. 66 is the dew point. That number was near 70 earlier today at lunchtime. It was
It's
a little muggy out there. Here are the current temperatures across the region, and you can see we've got 84 in Lakeland right now, 81 in Bartow, 80 in Lakewood Ranch. That yellow striping you see up and down the coast there, that is the result of that water temperature. You see that 69 right there? That keeps that air temperature a little bit cooler, but all these warm numbers, man. And these numbers, I would imagine, now we're sitting at 434. Generally, our high temperature this time of the year is going to happen around 3:30.
Right.
So we're kind of the sun angle starting to come down a little bit. We were forecasting 83 today. The record was 85. We will see what we get. It's going to be close. I think it's probably going to be 83, 84.
Yeah.
It's southeast winds.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I see a little bit of moisture that's down by West Palm, but we're not getting any of that splashing our way.
No.
It'd be nice, but yeah, it's just
Great.
Yeah.
But southeast winds, they bring in warm air and they bring in a little bit muggy air. So if you notice today, there were a few low cumulus clouds developing, but if you looked up above it, it was blue sky. That indicates dry air up there, right? That's why it's deep blue and there's no high clouds really. But moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere that's kind of bubbling up with the daytime heating. And that is that humidity you're feeling out there. But if you don't have anything up above all of that, it loses its energy and you don't get much rain. And that's exactly what you can see is happening in our neck of the woods. Now, here's the flip-flop, okay? So the Gulf, the southeast, of course here in Florida, very warm, but watch the green just kind of slide away to the east. And here comes the first trough. Call these a trough. This kind of like U-shaped you see right here, right? There's the center of your trough sitting right in here. That is where the cold air is, and that's the first shot of it. The front is sitting out here.
Yeah.
right? That's where your front is.
And the opposite of that trough is the ridging that we're currently dealing with right now. That's why we have all those warm temperatures.
Yep, exactly
So
right.
it's just a balancing act.
And so then Monday and Tuesday, not terrible. You can see a little break, but then look what happens Wednesday to Thursday. That's Thursday. Look
that
how
second
much
shot.
lower that is. I
Yeah.
mean, look, keep in mind, this is the GFS. Something's just wrong with it, but it's not far off. It's just hard to trust it, to be honest with you, especially when we're looking at hurricanes this season, you know. But the bottom line is the first one, if you go back here, let me back up a little bit, take us out of here. You go up to the first one that comes down. So this is our first shot right here. Look where it is. It's actually right there in Georgia almost, really.
Yeah.
Carolinas, Georgia. See that? That's about as far south as it goes. Now watch the second one that gets here Wednesday night into Thursday, and that actually comes with a pretty decent chance for some rain too.
Yeah.
But look at this. That same area that was right in here is now over South Florida, is over the Keys, if anything. That's huge. That is what? Let's go like this, 600 miles plus further south.
Yeah.
That's a big difference in temperature for us if that happens. Okay, so that's one. You can see it down there towards the Keys, right? Let's look at the next one. And the next one comes down, and that one's, you see how the angle's a little different. It's more in this area here. It's a little bit further to the north. We'll just have to see. Either way, if you've got friends or family up north, the Great Lakes and the Northeast, even the Mid-Atlantic, it's going to get cold.
Yeah, it's been a cold season for them. Just
Yeah, it has been.
New
Yeah.
Year's week was just brutal. I mean, not so bad with the temperatures alone, but then you mix in the wind, and it's just,
And this week has been warm for them,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
Yep.
But that's all going to change. With the pattern flipping for us, it's flipping for them. And of course, they're more in line to get that really good Arctic air, the cold stuff coming down. But hey, you know, that's not our concern. We live in Florida. We live in Tampa. So we've got low 80s out there now. Still some upper 70s. And this evening, we will all come down slowly through the 70s. Now, the dew points are in the mid 60s again, some upper 60s. So the temperature has to get there before we get fog. And you see, if that were even to happen, it's not until well after like 2 or 3 in the morning.
right.
We think we'll see some fog, but not a lot. Nothing
Yeah.
like what we've seen.
Yeah, the last, this morning and the next couple of mornings, we'll have a little bit of it out there, but not as dense as it was kind of earlier in the week.
Here's a look at that now. This goes out into tomorrow morning around 7 o'clock. And so, yeah, but 3 1/4 visibility, 4 miles, maybe 2 miles. All of that was a quarter of a mile or less
Yeah.
in the last couple of days. So, no, we do not expect at this point dense fog advisory. Let's put it that way. Now, this is Sunday. Sunday morning might be a little bit different of an issue. We are looking at some thicker fog, I think, because what happens is you're going to get more of a southwesterly wind ahead of the front. You see this wind out here is coming in like that, and then you've got wind coming down out of the north right here. That's the front. The front is sitting right in here.
Yeah,
right?
when you have those different air masses like that, I mean.
So you get wind here, and then you get wind like that. This wind is warm and it's muggy. And the water temperature does not change quickly. So the water's still going to be around 69, 70 degrees. All right. But warmer and more moist air is moving in. Dew points easily at 69 to 70 degrees, which means, in fact, it's probably going to be higher than that because of this wind, which means we're probably going to get some sea fog.
Yeah.
And northern Pinellas, but especially Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus by Sunday morning. We'll address that as we get closer. But certainly if you have early morning plans on Sunday, you want to keep in mind there's probably going to be a little bit of fog, especially north of there. And then you can see the front coming through as we work our way through the afternoon hours on Sunday. So Sunday is the transition day. Tomorrow is not.
Tomorrow will be nice. Yeah, get out and about. If you like the warmth, tomorrow's your day.
Yep. Sunscreen.
Beach day. Yeah, nice beach day.
We'll have low 80s for highs. There's the boating forecast for tomorrow. Southeast winds, see them go to the south and then a little to the southwest in the afternoon. It's not a lot of wind still, but we've had 5 knots or so. Tomorrow will be 5 to 10 knots. And again, that's not a lot of wind. I hate to use not a lot. 5 to 10 knots is not a lot of wind.
There, yeah.
But by the time we get into Sunday, especially in the afternoon, we'll have more wind. So boating, if you're trying to get some boating in, tomorrow's your day. We may be early on Sunday morning, but we'll probably have some sea fog around for that too.
Yep.
So, all right, let's take a break. It's 4:40. When we come back, we'll finish up with our 7-day forecast, and then we're going to take you around. We've got some interesting weather, some severe weather on the map today.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40 today.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now, 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, welcome back. There's a look at that 7-day forecast. So again, we have a warm day for tomorrow, 82, great beach day. And then breezier on Sunday. That's as that front kind of drops in. That's our transition day. Monday, we're waking up to much colder marks. Now that 50-degree mark, that's just for Tampa, but our northernmost locations will be in 40s,
yeah, the headlines
30s.
The 40s on Monday morning. Plus the wind will make it feel like the upper 30s and low 40s. So yeah, and that's the bus stop. Right? And the kids are used to being warm all weekend, maybe even take them to the beach tomorrow. But then, it's not terrible in the afternoon. That's, Monday's going to be one of those days where it's feeling like 30s and 40s in the morning, but then 70 degrees and sunshine in the afternoon. At least there'll be quite a few clouds around, I think, for the first half of the day. Yeah. And then we'll see more sunshine. Tuesday, a little bit warmer. And then the better chance we've seen for rain since last Saturday shows up on Wednesday. This Sunday, with the front itself, we have about a 20% chance for a shower. It's not a lot, but that is there as it comes through. It's probably right in the middle of the afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock, too. Yeah, a lot of that falls apart, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because we really could use the rain, even though nobody wants it on the weekend. It seems like it always comes on the weekend. But it has been lately. The timing.
In this case, it looks like our better chances, better coverage will be for the middle of next week. So. Yeah,
Wednesday is some moisture gathering in the Gulf, and then it comes at us off the Gulf, okay? And so that's a pretty decent chance. We may even bump up those pops right there, the percentage chance. Yeah. But then Thursday is a quick moving one that comes in. So the first one on Wednesday at this point looks to be later Wednesday, and then the one on Thursday looks to be later on Thursday. We'll wait and see about the Thursday one. I have more faith in the Wednesday one at this particular time. So if you're really desperate for some rain, right now, Wednesday is the best chance. Yeah, the good thing about the Wednesday system, since it is coming in from the south, those areas south of I-4 that have been dealing with prolonged drought That's a good point.
and worsening drought, they will finally get a chance of seeing rain. Better of a chance, I would argue, than some of our counties that have seen the rain, like the Nature Coast. Yeah, because it's forming over the Gulf and ejecting east-northeastward, right? Versus a cold front, which we're used to getting, the rain just gets drier the further south it goes. So you're south of I-4, you don't get as much. This is a good trend. Yep. All right, let's switch gears here a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to go out to Orange Beach, Alabama, because this is actually the system that's on the way to us come Sunday. Wow, that's a cool picture. That is awesome. They have a little bit of everything, yeah. So this is going to the point we were just saying about Sunday morning, where we will likely have some fog. This is the same system that's on the way to us. Now, most of the rain is north of where this is located. This is on the Gulf shores of Alabama. But, we have that mixing of air, and you can see that fog already. I mean, they're on the same time as us, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Well, this is the Panhandle, right? So they're further out to the west, which means they're now getting that southwesterly wind. Right, yeah. So we'll get that a little bit tomorrow, but mainly tomorrow night and Sunday morning. Right. Before it switches around. And so they're getting those high dew points. That's a pretty cool looking shot right there. I know. I'm surprised. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Nice job, Parisa. She's our producer for all that. She's always finding good stuff. She says thanks. And even the gray clouds above, I just love that.
Yeah, that is a great
All right,
shot.
so nerding out over that, but we have some new video from the tornado damage we were telling you about yesterday. This is from yesterday's tornadoes in Oklahoma. This is in Purcell. Now, the National Weather Service has confirmed that 2 of those tornadoes touched down yesterday morning. One was an EF0 and the other one was an EF1. Now, Bobby, we were saying how they usually get these long track tornadoes, 9 miles for the one. That's
And I don't want to say weaker one, it blew the roofs off of these houses.
Yeah.
It turns out that was the first tornado of the season. Not of the season, of the year.
Right.
Of January of 2026. So the season's getting started. That is happening because the difference between the warm and moist air that we're feeling right now and that cold air that's up north that's coming here. And they're on the battleground in between the two right now, plus they have the upper level winds to make those storms. I mean, look at that right there. That's that. Crazy damage there.
Yeah, the short amount of time I was in Texas, 2 years, I had to learn that there's 2 different severe weather seasons. They have one in the fall, and then they have one in the spring, but as you just mentioned, this is kind of that transition time where, if they have that mixing of air mass, they absolutely, and that's where you can see that track, that last shot, that was a good shot.
Yeah. And the spring can be tough. The spring severe weather season can be tough because you're just starting to get that warm, moist air in there. The tornado area that we see, we call it Tornado Alley, right? That is actually shifting a little bit to the east over the last 10 to 15 years. And so more towards Tennessee and Kentucky in those areas.
They've had a rough couple of years.
It's pretty interesting. There can be different reasons, there's different patterns, but there's also, the climate's warming, and so you're pushing more warm air, and then where those two meet, the warm and the cold air, that is a little bit different, and that's happening more, the warm air coming up the East Coast. But definitely need to know when you see stuff like this. I mean, doesn't affect us, obviously, if you're watching from the Tampa area. However, we get tornadoes here.
We do,
right?
yeah. They're usually short-lived, but they can still do the equal amount of damage. And
you need to know. You need to know what to do if you have a tornado. So when we go out and we talk to schools, it's great because we talk to the kids and we say, where's the safe spot in your house? Right? Because the kids will come home from school and be like, Mom, where's the safe spot? I don't know. And then that starts the conversation. And then the kid will say, hey, well, Bobby said to go in this one, many walls between you and the outside world, bring a pillow, blah, blah, blah. Those are the things you want to figure out now when we have quiet weather, so that when we have severe weather rolling through here, you'll know what to do in case a tornado warning is issued for your particular area.
Right.
All right, 4:48. Let's take a break. We'll come right back and finish up.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
All right, welcome back. This week marks 1 year since the Eaton and the Palisade fires devastated the neighborhoods out there in Los Angeles. Now, the fires destroyed more than 16,000 buildings, killed at least 30 people. Reporter Maribel Gonzalez has a look back at what became a historic disaster.
From above, the literal scars of California's Palisades and Eaton fires in 2025 are unmistakable.
The winds that morning strengthened with every passing minute. The pace of the fire quickened until the air was thick with smoke.
The historic blazes reshaping entire neighborhoods in Altadena and Pacific Palisades.
As the fire spread, the streets emptied, and one by one, houses burned. Churches and businesses, schools, and beloved community landmarks were lost.
More than 16,000 buildings were collectively destroyed in the fires. A year later, recovery for some still seems unattainable.
Recovery doesn't happen on an anniversary timeline. For many families, the road back has been slow, uncertain, and deeply frustrating.
The Los Angeles Mayor's office says to date, over 400 projects are confirmed to have started construction in Pacific Palisades. California State Senator Sasha Renee Perez, who represents Altadena, says while many residents here have broken ground to rebuild, others remain in limbo.
They're staying with friends. They are having to be more creative and figuring out, how to survive during this time.
Insurance claims have proven to be a lengthy and sometimes complicated process for some of Perez's constituents. Add to that a pending lawsuit against Southern California Edison, the electrical utility for Los Angeles, for its alleged role in starting the Eaton fire. That investigation is ongoing.
I have talked to so many people that have been burning through their savings, burning through their retirement, trying to figure this situation out.
But what the fires could not destroy, many here say, is their sense of community. This week, Los Angeles-based rock band Dawes organizing a sold-out concert to raise funds for Altadena's fire victims. For the band's drummer, Griffin Goldsmith, this is personal. He lost his own home during the Eaton fire.
People move off as they would because there's a lot going on in the world. But for us that were impacted, the reality is that the real work's just beginning.
The road to rebuilding may be long, but Griffin says they are banding together to make sure those affected are helped along the way.
Obviously, it's not going to be the same, but I think that we're all just embracing this will be something else beautiful, because the fact is the people are what make it beautiful.
In Los Angeles, Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Just